my crazy clown heads out there? Crazy Clown Base back at you with a non-normal review that I would love to. I went live on Facebook on KJ Andio's YouTube reviews, and I explained up there why I would not. I be. I mean, I'm gonna talk about this, and I'm just not gonna break it down because I tried 15 times to do the video and do the video. I deleted videos on my phone, pictures, apps, and everything. It still says there's not enough storage. I've got to get this stuff figured out. But I said I was gonna get this review out for you guys, so here it is. Not the way I wanted to do it. Honestly, it's not. So if you want to, go on ahead and thumb down, put thumbs down, because I honestly I don't like this review. This ain't me, but this is what I promised, and I'm going to deliver what I promised. Now, as you know, Aromomizer Titan, the Aromomizer itself, you got the Aromomizer Plus, the Aromomizer, what was it? The, I think there was like two other ones or three other ones, something like that. But like I said, my brain's not working with me right now. But anyway, you basically got a 40 millimeter RDTA. Now, I guess they call it the RDTA because you can turn it into a dripper also. But here's the thing about it: when you turn this into a dripper, all you're gonna see is this right here, and then your top cap. That's all you're gonna see. Now, with the difference between this being a drip and drip mode, a dripper, and like the Bonza and other RDAs you're used to, you can't drip it to the top. You have to unscrew the top cap and drip it down through the juice well. That's the difference of this. When you break it down, this out down into RDA. Um, I haven't tried that yet. I don't know if I will try that. But this right here, forgive me, the lights went off. Um, this I've got it in an 18 mil mode, and I got the short chimney installed. It comes with the it can be you can use it as a postless deck. You can use it as a velocity deck, which is the when it's running like a parallel, like a L shape. Basically, you got them running like this, and you also it can run it into a series, it's like a cinder block running across it. So yeah, you can run it like that too. And if you're gonna do series build, like right now, I've got this on a Trip series, a custom Rick and Morty mod, as you've seen in the past. And look, I just love this mod, man. It's just I love it. Peace Among Worlds on the back. You got Rick and Morty, and then you got like the Walking Dead theme, kinda Rick and Morty. I mean, I love this box. I honestly do. And the coils I got running here are Fuse Claptons. They're ohming out to about a point 51, I think. Clouds for days. And yeah, custom John Elmore drip tip. It's like a blue and gray silver color to it. Really brings out the stainless steel. Like I said, this is not the review that I wanted to give you guys. I wanted to give you guys the best, but things ain't working with me right now. I got a sick 2 month old baby, and that and it's rough for me right now. So please, guys, like I said, if you want to put a thumbs down on here, but if you understand what I'm going through, put a thumbs up because I am trying my hardest. I promised you guys a review, and this is the type of the review I hate. This is the type of review I have to do, but this is what I've got to do because I promised you guys a review. I tried 15 times, like I said, to do it, and nothing just worked. And I feel bad for it. I really do. So, like I said, if you want to go on ahead and put a thumbs down, I would. Anyway, though, you got your where you can lock your channels and stuff. Well, you see, it's got a lock right here, and there's a notch right there. You see that little line right there where the unlocked is? That's to tell you whether if the juice channel, if juice is flowing or not. So you're gonna see that if you've got it unlocked, your juice is flowing through the channels and it's feeding it to your wicks, which is feeding it to your coils. Now, if you run it and it's got the lock mode like me, like a dumbass, I had it locked, forgot to unlock it, and dry hit city. Um, yeah, it was like basically just licking a charcoal briquette. I mean, literally just lighting the charcoal up and just taking a big open air hole with about 16. I think it's got like 16 holes, air holes in it. So I'm gonna do it wide open, cause why not? So it's wide open. Very. It's a very airy vape if you do it like that. I like my vapes a little restricted. I mean, honestly, in my opinion. So and as you can tell, very you can hear the pure whistle as you breathe in. I mean, so you can hear the actual air, how airy this vape is. Is like so that's like that. I like keeping it on the Cyclops looking one because that, like I said, I like a restricted vape. Not too restricted where it's like a dry hit or nothing like that. But okay, and another thing about this. Um, Here's another stupid thing I did. It's foggy in the car, but this is what I done. Okay, when you do this, if you wick this now, if when you're doing your coils and wicking it and all that, when you're placing your coils in here, make sure that your coils are they're going to be running basically like this right here, like they're going to be running basically at you got one feed. You're going to have one feeding to the top and one feeding to the bottom if you do it like this. Um, and you're gonna do it basically now. Make sure when you got the Allen key wrench. Like I said, I wish this was I could dive down and show you this, guys. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, search up KJ Andy O. Search up the Vacuum Bogan. Mike Vapes done a review about it, and hell, even Jay Hayes did. Search that up and do and it'll show you. But make sure that your coil is under that little screw that you're screwing it when you as you're screwing them in. Make sure that it is under there, and always do like this. Okay, when you're priming the coils, it says because there's peak insulators in there. I don't know why they would put that in there because after a while, if peak insulation gets to a certain extent, it will melt. I mean, honestly, I don't know why they went with that, especially for this to be a high series, high end, whatever RDTA used for high powered mods. I don't understand why they would go with that, but whatever. Um, Make sure that you prime it at it says no more than 35 watts. That's when you're priming your coils. So don't do no more than 35 watts. Well, when priming anyway, when you're priming your coils, do not do that or you will burn out your coils. I have done this. Um, it recommends it comes with a little card that says recommendation of what wattage to prime your coils with the peak insulators in there. The You have to do it like 35 watts. Now, the problem I had a bunch of dry hits like this, and I searched up ways to prevent a dry hit, and I tried everything that was told. Rewicking and checking to making sure the juice wells was going, and I done everything right. I thought anyway, and I checked over on the deck, and my mind is so messed up that I forgot to screw down the other side of the coil. So basically, I had three ends of coils running, and then one just burning basically. So that's why I was getting that real harsh throat hit, and it's a dry hit because the coil was not under the clamp system that was going under it. It was not under the screw, and it was not screwed in right. So me, like an idiot, you know, I admit when I'm wrong. So yeah, it's one of them things. That's just how my mind is messed up lately. I've had a lot going on, and yeah, that's how bad it really is at this point. But make sure that before you even juice this thing up and all that mess, What I do, I always turn it upside, turn the DTA or RDA, whatever, turn the RDTA upside down so the juice can flow back up through the channels, and then you can sit there and vape. That's what I always do anyway. Because with the mason and everything else, you really had to do that so the juice could go directly to the juice channels, and it would feed it to the wicks and everything else. I mean, that's how every other RDTA or RTAs have went. You usually had to do that, like with the Mod Father. You had to turn it upside down, and then do like you had to open the juice well, and then turn it over, so it would push, the gravity would push the juice into the wicks, or you would have leaking. Now, when you're doing it, also do not wick. Don't put your wicks all the way through the little holes at the bottom where the juice wells are on the deck. There's two little big open slots. Well, they're not as big as the juice well holes, but they're still decent size. Do not push your wicks all the way down in there. Just tuck them in, just a little tight. Just cover the holes. Do not tuck them all the way in, because if you do, juice cannot physically cannot feed through that into your coils. So don't do that and make that mistake, because I've like I said, I've made that mistake myself just to see what would do, and yeah, it didn't turn out too well. So don't do that. Just basically cover the holes of the deck, and just cover them. Don't tuck them all the way in. Just tuck them in neat and nicely on top of the holes. Just cover them up, and then saturate it with juice and stuff, and then pulse it on a, I would say, a regulated device. Like I said, 35 watts is the recommendation, where you don't burn out your coils like I did. Um, so sit there and just do that, and make sure you don't see, like, if it lights up like a flashlight and you see like a bright orange flare, then something ain't. It's either you need to tighten that coil up more. It's not in there right, or something's wrong. I mean, it could be anything at that point. But I went in there and fixed this problem, and I have not had a dry hit since. So that's just from me. Pros and cons, but let's get to the pros and cons about the device itself. Vapor production, honestly, I can't, you can't beat it. Honestly, you can't. Vapor production is very, like I said, outstanding. Also, for it to be as big as this right here as it is, to be a, this size, this is a this right here could hold up to a 30 millimeter RDA on it, and it's pure. It's got a little bit of hangover, but for it to be a big device as it is, it actually got good flavor. Really, I mean, it really does. I've got the Zen Vapor Snickerdoodle in here, and I'm telling you right now, I've tried it on RDA, but this right here on this right here on the aromizer, I'm definitely getting that rich vanilla cinnamon cookie like it was supposed to be, and I'm getting every bit of that on this device. With the Mason, I tried doing the what was it, the 40 millimeter Mason, something like that. The 40, I think it was a 40 millimeter or something like that, the real big one. And yeah, it I really didn't get any good flavor off that. I always got a dry hit, and maybe it was something. Maybe that was user error. I don't know. I don't mess with Mason anymore. I love the Mason RDAs. Don't get me wrong. Then I don't mean I got anything against Mason, because I love the Mason RDAs and all that, because they're my favorite RDAs, and because I just love the designs and everything else and the way they vape. I don't mess with dump tanks though. Just the dump tanks is ones I tried the 30 millimeter, and so forth, and that didn't work out with me. But um, I really couldn't find no cons with it. Okay, well, cons. The only thing I have, but this is just user error basically. The way that the juice channels and stuff, or the air holes and all that and stuff, that they're so restricted. Like when you first get the thing and you crack it open out of the box, it's very hard to get this off. It's hard to detach the top cap. to change it out. I mean, it's very stiff because that could be anything. Any RDTA that you use or RTA. What I did was I sat there and I lubed it up. I took some juice that I liked and lubed up the um, connection. God, the forgive me, the threads. And like I said, long day already. But yeah, I lubed up the threads and no more problems. So, but anyway, it was. Some people say that it was 510 compatible, or no, it was an 810 compatible. Now that it might have been on the prototype. Someone said that it was 810 compatible. Now it's 810s are basically they're kind of loose in here, like real not they're real loose. I mean, mine were, and mine are custom. So, but this one right here actually fit right in it because I got John Elmore to actually make me a custom drip tip for this. I've got plenty of other ones that he made for this, and I even tried some from I think it was Johnny's or what was it? Some Ronnie's. What was it? No, somebody else's drip tips and stuff. I've ordered so many drip tips I can't tell you, but yeah. But this one's just running smooth. I mean, honestly, but yeah. No other cons besides that. I mean, honestly, really good. Now, I wouldn't recommend this for a starter, but to be more far, you need to be far more advanced and know Ohm's law and all that before you pick up something like this. If you're gonna be somebody that doesn't know nothing about wicking and all this, then don't mess with this device. Please don't, because you're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna get mad. You're probably gonna bust it. I mean, hell, you're gonna probably just throw it against the wall and say, you know what, he lied. Don't blame me if you don't know what to do. Honestly, I can't help that. I mean, I would love to help you out as much as possible. If you want to, I will get up here. If you need help doing this, I will personally sit there. We can video chat or whatever. If and I can see what I can do to help you out with the uh, device itself, and we can go from there. But like I said, it's not for beginners. It's not, honestly. You need to be an advanced user when using any type of unregulated device and even some regulated devices. Because some regulated devices and stuff, people think because the word regulated means that it's safer. Well, in all honesty, anything can give, anything can vent. Don't matter regulated, unregulated, it doesn't matter at that point. If you don't know what you're doing, don't mess with this stuff because this stuff can hurt you bad. And that's why a lot of people are out here getting hurt because of this stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna close out with this. Um, is it Crazy Clown Vapes approved? Yeah, honestly, Aroma might to keep doing what you're doing. Now I picked this device up at heavensgifts.com for about I think it was about 55 or 60 bucks, somewhere around that, because they were doing a sale at the time, and they gave me a deal because I was gonna do the review for them. So like I said, go over there, check out Heaven's Gifts. The only problem I have with Heaven's Gifts is the shipping. I could not track this device down because and it took months for me to get this. So I don't know. Would I recommend that? There's also some other places you can get them. I'm gonna try my best to go back and look for different ones where you can go to the. I know SteamCrave.com or something like that has them. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go back and check out these links for you guys and try to get them back up here. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Crazy Clown Vape signing off once again. Another vape review, not the best review, but it's a review. A review's a review for me. Like I said, I apologize to every one of you guys. You guys have a good Monday. I know it's Monday, but heck, we're one day closer to the weekend. Y'all stay safe out there. Put down that paper, pick up a vape, and stay crazy.